Bonjour, Émilie Talpin, OM System Ambassador in the US. Welcome back to my channel. Today, let's talk about those two buttons. That's right. Do you even know that you have buttons that you can use on this camera right here? Do you know what they do? And are you using them to their full potential? Let's get started. Our OM system cameras are so advanced, so many buttons that you can reprogram. That's something that I absolutely love. If I were to give you my camera, just kidding, I'm not giving you my camera. I keep it. I love my camera. But let's imagine I'm gonna let you use my camera for a few minutes. You would be so confused because I reprogram all the dials and all the buttons so that it fits my way of photographing. One thing that I've been hearing a lot in the field is that people are not really aware of those two buttons. They're black, they're kind of hard to see. And when you're holding your camera like this. So, well, you are next to those buttons, but not really on those buttons. But at the same time, they are the ideal location. Because look at this, my finger can easily get to those two buttons. So to me, they are prime location buttons that I should be using to their full potential. So I'm curious, let me know in the comments below, do you know about those two buttons? Are you using them? When you're getting your OM1, your OM1 Mark II, those two buttons are already programmed. The top one, which by the way, I should tell you that they feel different. One has a little dip and the other one is round. So you know you're not gonna mess up those buttons. If you're only using one finger, you know which button is on top with the dip and which button is at the bottom because it's round. And when you're gonna get your camera, your top button is actually programmed for white balance. I don't use that for wildlife photography, to be honest. So to me, that is not what I want on this button. And the bottom button is set for preview, meaning that if you use a specific aperture, then you will see how your photo will look like. I don't use that either for wildlife photography, not very often. Maybe for landscape I could, but I just don't. That's not the way I shoot. But oh, those buttons, they're right there next to my fingers. So I should use them for things that are going to be useful for me when I am in the field. So my top button is programmed for peaking, meaning that if I press on it, then I'm going to get some red, tells me how much I have in focus. Super, super useful. My bottom button is programmed for magnifying glass. Same thing, if I'm in the field, I see something very, very far away, I can just click on it, and then you actually, with your front dial, you will be able to change your magnification. You can go from a 3-time magnification up to a 14-time magnification. So if you're not sure that is this an eagle very, very far away, then just increase that magnification and it will tell you, yes, you're right, just stay there. This is a good subject to photograph. And it is so useful for wildlife photography. Now, how do you reprogram those two buttons? Super easy. Turn on your camera, click on the OK button. You are in the super control panel, and once you're on the cog, you press OK, and you are gonna go down, down, down. That's the second menu, and here you see that's where they are. That's the top button, that's the bottom button. The top button, to program it, you press OK, and then you're gonna go and look for peaking and press OK again. Same thing for magnifying glass. So you're gonna go to the magnifying glass and press OK. Now here it is. Super easy. And I'm not saying that those are the two settings that you should program for those buttons. I just want you to think about what you need in the field, and maybe what you need are different functions. So go back again and look at all the different functions that you can program those buttons for, and you can decide what makes the most sense for your type of photography. Now for this week, I think that those two buttons would actually be a good topic of discussion. What do you have them programmed for? Have you changed that initial functions, or do you just never use them? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I think that would be a good topic of discussion. And I want to thank you again for all your support. If you're not a subscriber, click on the subscribe button, click on the like, and click on the bell so you know when my videos are coming out. And I want to let you know that I'm very, very excited for 2025. Lots of things are going to happen in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months. This is going to be so fun. And the first thing that I want to share with you is that I'm going to be at the Out of Chicago online conference. This is going to be so fun. So many great speakers. It's 3 days. It's online. You are going to get so much education. And I'm going to be presenting on macro photography. So if you're interested, I'm going to put the link below in the comments. Join us. That's going to be very fun. I'd love to see you. And I have a couple of talks. I'm talking about macro photography, as I said, but I will also talk about all our computational feature on our camera and do a little bit of a demo. And also, if you register, you can submit your photos, and I'm going to go and look at all your macro photo, and we're going to have a night of celebration to celebrate the photos that you submit. So if you register for this conference, I can't wait to see your macro photo. And yeah, I can't wait for February. This is going to be an awesome month. So until then, happy shooting, have fun with your camera, use it to its full potential, and I will see you next week. Au revoir.